My heart is racing, and there's a lot to unpack here, so let's talk about it. It's been a really long time since I've posted anything here, but that's because I've been really busy, and not your stereotypical I've been busy, sorry guys, really busy. So updates. I got a Tesla. Yes. I filmed a version of this already a couple weeks ago, but we're going to use this version. I did, in conjunction of making that video, I did create a channel for it called The Tesla Experience. So if you want to follow updates and tracking, if Tesla's your thing, go subscribe to that channel. Everything will kind of be documented over there. But all in all, I got a Tesla mid-June, and it happened really quickly. And it happened really quickly for me because I wasn't expecting to buy it this soon, but tax rebates were coming up and stuff like that. They were cutting the rebate again after June 30th if you didn't pick it up. So I jumped on it and decided to try to save some money in the process. I've had the car now for a few weeks, and it's great. I love it. But yeah, everything Tesla related, we will, cover more on the other channel. Also, in a more personal news, I got married. And this is a shock for everybody, most of you, because I don't really publicize my personal life like that. And actually, it was a shock to people in my inner circle because we eloped. We actually didn't tell anybody. We decided 2 weeks before our anniversary to go to Vegas and elope. It was very strategic. On June 30th, 2013, I started dating my wife. And I'm not used to saying wife yet. Still warming up, but anyway. So I really liked the date, and we established 6 years later on June 30th we would keep the date now for our wedding, and not just because we started dating. It's a clean number. I really like it. It's middle of the year. The date holds many sentimental values for me. It was the last day in the Marine Corps for me. It was the day I started dating Brittany. And it's also my niece's birthday. My niece turned 22 this year. I was going to call her, or at least text her to say, happy birthday, but I really wanted to keep everything under wraps. So my wife and I just carried on our day. And it wasn't until a couple days later that I actually announced what had happened. And if you're following me on Twitter or Instagram, then you saw the news that way. A couple days later comes 4th of July, and I'm just having downtime with, everybody, the clique, the crew, the whatever. We were just having a nice 4th of July. But my niece, Kai, she was involved in an accident. Her 4th of July was spent rafting up in Northern California. Her and some friends were out rafting, and the raft went under, so to say. She got sucked underwater. I didn't find out until a couple days later she was involved in an accident. And the moment I did, the very moment I did, I bought a plane ticket up to Sacramento, and I hurried to the hospital. She was in ICU. I spent that day trying to call everybody. Once I heard to confirm, I tried calling my sister, her mom. I tried calling my mom. I got in contact with her dad. He confirmed. So I went up there. I have found out that she had no oxygen to her brain when she was underwater for 10 minutes. I got up there and she was in an induced coma. So she wasn't responsive, and some signs were saying she was getting better. Other signs say no. This morning, early this morning, she officially passed on. My oldest niece is no longer here. And I don't know how to process that. To put this into context, before I was an older brother, before I had my brother Chase, who I loved like a son, before he was around, I was an uncle. I was 7 when she was born. I remember very vividly many vivid, like, informative and creative years as a child with her. To put it even more into context, if you know anything about me and how I like Apple, I had the original iPhone, and when she was a teenager, she wanted a phone. She wanted a smartphone. She wanted the iPhone. So I gave her mine. I gave her my original iPhone, like knowing the iPhone was gonna be almost like a collector's item or something. I didn't care. I gave it to her, and all I can think about is, like, I had an opportunity to talk to her on her birthday. I know I could have, and I didn't. When I flew up to the hospital, I did not leave her side until it was time for us to go. I was right by her side. And I just wanted to talk to her. I just wanted her to talk to me. There's this part in our brain. I'm not a doctor, obviously. There's a part in our brain, like they say it's like a walnut-sized something that sits like right in front or on top of our spine, and it controls thought. It controls everything. And hers was damaged. It was damaged beyond healing of any kind. She wouldn't be able to speak again, walk again, anything again without a machine, without medical attention on her at all times. She could not be independent again. I've spent the last week almost crying, fearing but waiting for this day to come. And this morning I'm numb. I'm in shock. I went to work because it's like I can't do anything here. I'm not effective here. I can't change anything here, so let me change something. Let me be effective. Let me be useful there. And I was having this conversation just a couple nights ago. Like, I don't know what to be mad at. Nobody hurt her. You know? Like, She wasn't being reckless. She was living. She was living her life. And like, I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that, like, yeah, that's how I would want to go out. If not in my sleep, I want to die doing something that I love. And, you know, we say that, but you don't actually process it, you don't comprehend it until it happens to you, until it happens to your family, until it happens to something that you love so much, just gone. And then you have to accept. And I don't know how to accept this. She was 22 years old. She's one of the purest people I have ever known my whole life. She has always been this pure thing. And this isn't some bias from like an uncle's point of view. She had a genuine heart, soul. She had a smile that lights up the room, and it's contagious, and you can't help but smile with her. She was the sweetest thing, the sweetest girl I have ever known. She was too good for this world. She was too good for our family. But she was just a kid. 22. Nobody's done developing in their brain, in their body. You don't know who you are at 22. I know, because I thought I knew who I was when I was 22 until long after I got out of the Marines and school and everything else. And then I'm like, oh no, okay, I still had growing up to do. And she still had so much life to give. And now she's... You know, another thing, because I haven't been posting videos here that you may or may not officially know through this platform, that I have a podcast, and it's called Going Indie, and it's about, you know, going inside independent content creators. And these last couple episodes were with friends. I got to sit down and talk with them. And if you've listened to them, then you've pieced together in some journey or another that, like, I come from a broken home. But she was one of the very few pure things about my family that I was, like, always genuinely happy to see or like, acknowledge. Last year, my grandmother passed away. And I don't know, I don't remember, maybe I did, I don't remember. But my grandmother was like my maternal figure growing up. It was really hard to see her go. But I knew what that was. I accepted what that was. I made peace with it months leading up to her passing. I knew in some capacity she was on borrowed time. She had a pacemaker in her that was keeping her artificially alive, and it bought us years, it bought me years, and as an adult I got to know her near the back end and have a whole different relationship with her, and I was very grateful for that. It hurt like hell, and I understand that. Life begins, life ends. For everybody. I get that. But I can't comprehend, I can't wrap my head around my niece, my 22-year-old niece. I can't process that. More so because she was so perfect. She represented the better parts of everything in our family. With independence, with strength, will. She watched these YouTube videos. I know she did. She told me she did. She listened to my music. California's a big state. It bigger in size than virtually all the other states. So, you know, we're in the same state, but we were so far apart. So, she would watch my Instagram stories. She, watch the YouTube videos, and just we'd acknowledge each other's lives of things that were being posted on the internet. And now, obviously, in hindsight, it's like, why the fuck did I not do more? Why didn't I call her on her birthday? When I saw her last weekend, I did not expect I was hoping I wasn't saying goodbye. I don't understand life. I don't understand the rawness of life. I have seen my friends die. I have seen my family die. But in some way, shape, or form, I was always able to rationalize it. But I can't rationalize this. I haven't been sleeping because I keep dreaming about her. And I keep being by her side in the hospital, hoping she would wake up. And I've been so consumed with this and everything in my world, and I haven't properly paused and enjoyed my time with my family. And that's why I haven't been posting. That's why I haven't been on the podcasts. People keep asking, where am I? And that's why there haven't been episodes of anything. I need to reprioritize my life. I need to get my shit together. I need time to get my foundation back. Because right now it's like I'm free falling off of like a cliff or falling down a hole, and it's getting darker and it's getting quieter. This will be my last video for the foreseeable future. I can't tell you when the next whatever will be. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. I don't want to do any of that. I need to focus on my life right now, my home, my family. I need to get my priorities straight. Go to the person you love deeply and tell them that you love them deeply. Stop wasting time, because time is something none of us can get back. And now I need to use my time to focus on everything here. To all the people who have been reaching out in response to my Twitter, I saw it, or your texts, I saw it. I'm sorry if I'm not responding back to everybody, but I am seeing your outreach and I thank you. So when I come back, I'll be back, and this is not goodbye. I will just see you guys later, and yeah. Yeah.